You tap a glowing button on your phone, buy a share, and assume you now own a physical portion of a massive corporation. But if you walk into that company's headquarters and try to take a $1,000 office chair to match your investment, you'll find a problem. Security will escort you out. You don't actually own a single piece of hardware or furniture in that building. If your $1,000 didn't buy the chair, the servers, or the real estate, what exactly did you just spend your money on? Legally, you bought something called a chose in action. You didn't buy physical matter. You bought a completely invisible, legally binding contract. This intangible contract is essentially a collection of specific legal rights. First is your financial entitlement, the right to receive a portion of the company's profits, usually paid out as dividends. Second is your legal recourse. You have the power to launch a derivative claim, allowing you to sue negligent executives on behalf of the company. However, at the bottom of the corporate hierarchy, revenue is siphoned off to pay employees, suppliers, and banks first. As a residual claimant, you only get the leftover scraps. You absorb the most risk, but potential gains are theoretically infinite if the company succeeds. But if you are absorbing all that risk, what happens if the company goes bankrupt? Can creditors seize your house or your car to pay off the company's debts? They cannot, because of a legal shield called limited liability. It acts as a force field that separates your personal assets from the company's failures. This structure ensures that the absolute most you can ever lose is the exact amount of money you use to buy the stock. The only rare exception is if you buy partly paid shares. In that case, you are legally responsible for paying the remaining balance if the company demands it. Without limited liability, the stock market would be too dangerous for most people. It isolates investors from the massive debts and legal catastrophes of the companies they own. Since these shares are invisible contracts, we have to ask, where are they actually kept? Historically, you would hold a physical paper certificate like this one to prove your ownership. Today, your shares are held in street name registration. This means your brokerage app, not you, is the entity that actually holds the digital deed in the market vault. You are simply recorded in your broker's internal database as a beneficial owner. When you tap Buy, you aren't grabbing a deed. You are creating a digital record that is several steps removed from the actual asset. This brings us to the final right in your bundle, governance. As a shareholder, you have the right to vote on major decisions, like who sits on the board of directors. But most people can't fly across the country to attend these meetings in person. To solve this, you use a proxy vote, authorizing someone else to cast your ballot. The systemic problem is that millions of retail investors ignore these ballots, leaving those boxes unchecked. This creates a power vacuum. Massive Wall Street institutions step in, and they use your ignored votes to quietly control the management and future of the world's largest companies.